They say the truth sets you free. But when you live as authentically as an INFJ, the truth can do the opposite for others, quietly exposing insecurities they'd rather keep hidden. What happens when you're one of the rarest personality types, making up just 1 to 3% of the population? You move through the world with an unwavering calm, a relentless drive for self-improvement, and a depth that unsettles the surface-level comfort zones around you. Why does being so rare and balanced in a world of facades spark envy, judgment, or even backlash? Before we start, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our weekly deep dives into the world of personality types. If you are looking to gain a deeper understanding of yourself and your personality type, click the link in the comments to take our favorite free personality test. Reason number 1, their unshakable calm triggers anxiety in reactive people. Imagine a room swirling with tension, voices raised, emotions raw, everyone caught in the storm. In the center, there's someone unmoved, tranquil as still water. That person is often an INFJ. Their calm isn't an act or a tactic, it's their natural state. But for some, this composure isn't reassuring, it's unsettling. When you keep your center while others unravel, your steadiness becomes a mirror, reflecting what they wish they could control. The panic, the outbursts, the victim mentality, these grow sharper when set against someone who doesn't flinch. Some people even write off this calm as impossible, dismissing it as a facade. That envy can turn into passive-aggressive resentment, or worse, quiet sabotage. The INFJ's presence isn't meant to provoke, it simply reveals what others struggle to hide. But serenity isn't the only trait that ruffles feathers. There's another, even more relentless, source of discomfort, one that makes people question their own pace. Reason number 2, constant self-improvement makes others feel lazy by comparison. For INFJs, growth isn't optional, it's a way of life. You see it in the way they sign up for extra certificates after work, stick to a strict fitness routine, or dive into new books when everyone else is winding down. Their drive isn't for show or applause. It's an internal push, a quiet promise to themselves to never settle for less than their best. But this never-ending self-mastery doesn't go unnoticed. In the workplace, their hunger for feedback or their habit of raising the bar can make others uneasy. Friends might toss out a passive-aggressive comment or an eye roll when an INFJ chooses a healthy meal or skips a night out to study. The discomfort comes not from what the INFJ achieves, but from how naturally and persistently they chase it, making those around them question their effort. Next, we'll see how this drive for excellence casts a mirror on everyone else. Reason number 3, they put maximum effort into everything they care about. When INFJs care, they put their whole heart and soul into everything they feel passionate enough to achieve. It's not about chasing praise or collecting trophies. They work quietly, aligning each step with their deepest values, whether it's a project at work, a commitment to personal health, or nurturing a relationship. You might see them produce polished work so quietly that colleagues wonder if they're showing off, or notice how they remember the most minor details in friendships that others overlook. This level of dedication draws a sharp line between those who give their all and those who just get by. For some, witnessing this effort can sting. The grace and humility with which INFJs strive, never boasting, often downplaying their results, makes their achievements seem effortless, and that can leave others feeling exposed. But pouring your soul into everything isn't always admired. Reason number 4. Their authenticity exposes others' masks and pretenses. Some people spend years perfecting a mask, adjusting their words and actions to fit whatever the world expects. But when an INFJ enters the room, their authenticity stands in quiet defiance. Authentic, unfiltered, and impossible to ignore. They don't just live honestly. They make honesty look effortless, brushing off praise with a quiet, "it was just luck," rather than soaking in the spotlight. This kind of genuine presence can make others uneasy. In social circles, the INFJ's directness and depth highlight what others work hard to hide. It isn't about calling anyone out. It's about showing up as themselves even when the world rewards pretense. The result? Some people double down on their facades, while others try to dismiss the INFJ as naive or too intense, all to protect their own carefully crafted image. Up next, how they spot every hidden motive without a word spoken. Reason number 5. They see through people's facades and hidden motivations. It's not the words people choose that catch an INFJ's attention. It's the tiny signals beneath the surface. You notice the micro expressions and inconsistencies that most overlook. A fleeting glance, a shift in tone, a story that doesn't quite add up. It's as if your mind connects the dots before anyone else realizes there's a puzzle on the table. This ability to tune into what's unsaid means you often see through facades and sense hidden motivations, even when others are determined to keep them buried. In close relationships, you pick up on dishonesty or manipulation long before the truth comes out. A forced laugh, a rehearsed answer, these details speak louder than confessions. But when you call it out, some people push back, calling you too suspicious or overly analytical, trying to protect their image instead of facing the discomfort of being seen. But these truth-cutting insights aren't the only reason INFJs unsettle people. There's another force at play, one that can make even the most confident conversationalist pause. Reason number 6. Their deep conversations make small talk feel meaningless. For you, small talk feels like noise, empty words drifting through the air, never touching anything real. You listen, nod, maybe even smile. But beneath the surface, you're searching for something that matters. You want to know what moves people, what keeps them awake at night, what makes them feel alive. Light banter about weekend plans feels like white noise when your mind is wired for meaning. In a crowded room, you're the one who asks, "What inspires you most right now?" Not to unsettle, but to connect. Some find it refreshing, a rare invitation to drop the mask. Others pull back, uneasy with the sudden shift from surface to soul. Your longing for authenticity isn't about making things complicated. It's about building ties that last, conversations that linger. Yet the desire for depth opens doors to genuine connection. Coming up next. Reason number 7. They attract genuine connections while others struggle socially. You notice it in the way people linger a little longer around you, drawn not by flash or performance, but by something quieter, a depth that feels like home. Some call you a mediator, others a mystic, but what they're sensing is the ease with which you create space for authentic connection. When you listen, people feel seen. When you speak, it's with a kind of honesty that makes them drop their guard. These bonds rarely form overnight, but when they do, they last, anchored in trust, empathy, and the kind of understanding most spend years searching for. Yet from the outside, this ability can look like luck. Those who struggle to move past surface-level interactions may write off your relationships as accidental, missing the emotional intelligence and care that make them possible. Sometimes you hear the passive-aggressive remarks or feel the tension when your friendships seem too genuine to be real. But having such real bonds also highlights the compromises everyone else makes. Reason number 8. Their principled lifestyle highlights others' compromises. You move through life with a kind of integrity that feels non-negotiable. When a job offer comes with strings attached or a social circle expects silence in the face of injustice, you don't hesitate. You walk away. For you, betraying your principles isn't an option. Every decision is measured against your inner compass, even if it means standing alone. Those around you notice. Sometimes your choices unsettle people in ways they can't admit out loud. Your refusal to cut corners or compromise for social acceptance quietly exposes the shortcuts and rationalizations others have made. It's not that you judge them, but your actions remind them of the moments they chose convenience over conviction, and that reflection can sting. But living by such unbreakable values can leave others feeling guilty. Let's explore why next. Reason number 9. They remain mysterious while others overshare everything. In a world that rewards instant sharing, you move differently. You don't scatter your thoughts across every table or spill your secrets to strangers. Instead, you plan each step, revealing only what feels right, protecting the parts of yourself that matter most. This isn't about being aloof or superior. It's about guarding your inner world from the noise, just like someone who maps every move to avoid unnecessary walls. Your privacy isn't a wall, it's a carefully chosen boundary, shaped by years of introspection and the need for absolute solitude. Others might call you mysterious, sometimes even frustrating. In a room where everyone overshares, your restraint stands out. Some will try to draw you out, hoping to crack the code, but you share only with those who earn your trust. This makes your presence both inspiring and unsettling, a reminder that not every story needs to be told. Yet while you hold back pieces of yourself, your emotional intelligence still shines through. Reason number 10. Their emotional intelligence makes others feel emotionally immature. You see emotions like a roadmap, patterns and origins clear, destinations mapped out where others see only confusion. This kind of emotional intelligence isn't just rare, it's disarming. In a world where most people stumble through their feelings, you move with a sort of quiet certainty, connecting dots others never notice. When you offer an insight, it cuts through small talk and lands somewhere deep, sometimes forcing people to face truths they've worked hard to ignore. In a casual conversation, your observations can surface emotions the other person didn't even know they were carrying. For some, this feels like a gift. For others, it's unsettling. That clarity can spark defensiveness or even hostility. People might label you as judgmental, not realizing you're simply seeing what's already there. The sense of exposure makes them uncomfortable, and suddenly your empathy becomes a mirror they'd rather avoid. Every time you study the chaos or chase relentless growth, you hold up a mirror to the world. Calm composure, unwavering self-improvement. These are the traits that set you apart, and sometimes make others uneasy. Your rare blend of authenticity and emotional intelligence isn't about setting yourself above anyone. It's about living with intention, even when that means standing alone. If this breakdown helped you see yourself, or someone you know, a little clearer, like and subscribe for more insights on the secret lives of INFJs. What surprised you most about these hidden triggers? Let us know below. If you want to continue the journey to understanding yourself or an INFJ in your life, click either of the following videos where we continue to unlock the secrets of the INFJ personality type.